Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha Ali, giving the course all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Mashak, Mamalaki, Habashai. It's all praise, honor, and glorification unto the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and the name is only begotten Son, of Mashiach Yahushua, who the word refers to as Jesus Christ. He is the Savior of the nation of Israel. All right, this brother Yasharala.
Ariah.
Khan, come back to y'all yet another Shabbat video breakdown through the Spirit. All right, so I'm passing to Ariah. He's going to go straight into the topic.
Khan, all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Barakatham, Shalom Saints. Those that's up, I know a lot of brothers and sisters sleep, so those that's up, amen, Shalom. We're gonna touch on Isaiah 24, 4, 5 and 6, actually, right? And touch on that because let's read it first, and then I'll further explain, dealing with certain words in Isaiah 24 and specifically 5. But we're gonna read the whole thing.
Yeah, so this where you want to start at verse 4?
Yeah, you can read verse 4 as well.
This book Isaiah chapter 24, verse number 4, it say, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish." And it reads, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant."
Right. So that's the main point we want to touch on, because you'll see that and you'll believe that, hey, that's talking about, the covenants and the laws are for everybody. Well, no, the covenant and law is not for nobody but the nation of Israel, as brothers always speak of. So we're going to touch on this because this is basically a prophecy. Now, what is this prophecy talking about? That's what we're going to get into. All right. Kind of on an analytical level to dig up what is the everlasting covenant and the ordinances and the law that he's speaking of. Right. Because all according to the scriptures. So we're going to dig that out through the Spirit, and we're just going to get it in. So let's start it up. So the first thing I want to show is, the law was always here, man, before the world was even framed or formed, right? Everything that's created on this earth is founded upon the laws of Moses. Is that a far-fetched? Absolutely not, man. All right, give me the book of Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 3. That's the first one we'll deal with, right? Because the word of the Lord is the law of the Most High, man. All right, the word of the Lord is the law of the Most High. Through the Spirit.
Hebrews 1 and 1.
Yep. 1 and 3.
1 and 3. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3. It says, "Who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power."
Doing what?
And upholding all things by the word of his power.
Upholding all things by the word of his power. When we go to the book of Psalms 119, it equates the word with the law with the word. They coincide with each other throughout that passage, all through Psalms 119 and other various scriptures in the book of Psalms. It equates the word with the law. So the law was founded upon the world was founded upon the laws of the Most High. That's very important. And we're going to further explain why the laws was founded upon this world, man. All right, very important. Let's get 2 more precepts. If you got something you can add your little spiel real quick.
Yeah, not on this specifically. So yeah, you finish your points and then we can
keep. So go. Another one is Hebrews 11 and 3.
Let's get that. All right. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 3. It says, through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High. So that things,
Yep.
So that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Right. The things that see that everything we're seeing wasn't made from things that appear. Right. A perfect example is the tabernacle itself. The tabernacle wasn't there until Moses seen it in the spirit and followed those patterns of what was already built in the spirit world. And he created the tabernacle. Right. So it just shows you time after time that the law is the foundation of this whole entire earth. And the ecosystem is set up based upon the laws of Moses. And we're going to show how if these people that's in power left everything alone, the world will heal itself. Just based strictly off this natural reflexes of how the ecosystem is set up. So the world is founded upon the laws of the Most High. Everything that was created has the commandment attached to it, has the law, has a statute attached to it.
Right.
Right. Because as the scripture says, his commandments are life in the book of Baruch, chapter 4:1. Right. The law of the Lord is life. The commandments of the Most High is life. So get Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1.
And after that precept, I just got a quick precept on what you were saying as well.
Yeah.
The spirit. So first I'm gonna get Baruch 4:1. Right. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4. That's a lot here. This book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse number 1, and it reads, "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come of life, but such as leave it shall die."
Right. Such as leave it shall die, man. Right. So the commandments is life. Well, hey, everything in creation is a living mechanism. Everything in creation, it lives, a living, breathing organism.
Yep.
Right. So if we look at it, the Bible just says everything that comes into the commandment has life on it, man. Right. Also in was I think it's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12:1.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1.
Yeah, everything got life on it, got the spirit of life on it, which is the commandments. So all nature is in a sense, we talk about in the spiritual sense.
Yeah.
All nature is attached to the law, to a statute and a commandment of the Most High. I mean, even when the Lord created the earth, he commanded. He told the rivers, this is as far as you can go, and you will not trespass my words. Trespass, transgress. All right, go ahead.
Yep. You want Wisdom of Solomon 12:1?
Yeah.
It says, for thine, it's like Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, for thine incorruptible spirit is in all things.
Is in what?
Is in all things.
Thy incorruptible spirit is in all things. Right?
Yeah.
So that just shows you in this world, in creation itself, it is founded upon the laws of God and is set up as an ecosystem that the Lord set up when he pronounced these things out of his mouth. All right. Yep. So you got it.
And that's really spiritual too, because the Most High Spirit is in all things. When you really think about that, that's true. Because look, isn't not written in the book of Revelation that you have certain angels over certain elements, right? You have the angel that's over water. You have the angel that's literally over the Euphrates River, drying it up. You know what I'm saying? You literally have an angel which has power over fire. See what I'm saying? So you have angels that are over certain elements, right? And so what did you have our people do, as well as the heathen? They saw that they saw the power behind these elements, and they thought that God was the element rather than the most high spirit that is controlling the element. You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like for example, in Wisdom of Solomon 13:1, surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the most high. The ignorant of which God? The most high God. You see what I'm saying? It says, it could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works they acknowledge the work master. You see what I'm saying? But deemed
Mm.
by the fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world. So again, they seen the spirit of the Most High within these elements, but they deem these elements as gods rather than that's the spirit of the Most High moving in these things. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Khan, I just wanted to add what the brother saying on that, and just one more point on that too, real quick. This book of Revelation, chapter 4, right? Because again, as the brother brought out, the spirit of the Most High God is within all of these things, and here's how we know that. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 4, and verse number let's see here, right? Revelation chapter 4, verse number 10. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. So it's all for the pleasure of the Lord. So would not the Lord put his word, his spirit into all of these things? If it's for his pleasure, he would do it with his word. He would do it in his spirit. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, Khan, brother got it.
Yeah, Khan, he would do it like Akim was getting into. He would do it with his own spirit. Just like what Genesis 1 and 2 says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of Yahweh moved upon the face of the waters.
Yep.
See that?
Yep.
It was his spirit moved upon the waters, and after that, we see creation start to be created.
Yep.
So but it took his spirit to move upon the waters, right? Very important. So the reason why we're bringing this, this topic up is based off the prophecy of Isaiah, chapter 24, 5 and 6. Because Isaiah chapter 24, 5 and 6 is a prophecy of the man of sin being in rulership, controlling this earth, and messing the ecosystem of the Most High. Right? That's what it's going into through the spirit. So we're going to show first, we're not even going to touch on this specific scripture. What we're going to touch on is how the commandments, or how the earth is founded on the laws of the Most High. All right, so we're going to keep pushing and showing that. But first, let me get Baba Cashapp. Let me get Romans chapter 7, 12 and 14.
Romans chapter 7, verse number 14. Right.
Yep.
The book of Romans chapter 7. Oh, so like going the wrong way. The book of Romans chapter 7, verse number 14, and it reads, For we know that the law is spiritual.
For we know that the law is spiritual, man. We know the law is spiritual. So when the scripture says in Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1 that everything or the uncorruptible spirit is in all things, and the law is spiritual, man. Right? Go ahead.
Yep. But I am carnal, sold under sin.
But I am carnal, sold under sin, man. That's cold right there, man. Which shows you we can't fully comprehend the law in itself. That's how deep and how much depth the law actually has. This is why they, outside of the truth, they're not teaching you the law. They don't know how connected everything is with the law, because that's the Most High's word. People say, "Oh, no, we follow Jesus. We don't follow the law." Man, Jesus is the law, man.
That's right.
All right, the law came out of what the word of the Most High says, which creates the law. The law was established by the word that came, the words, the statutes, the decrees that came out of Yahweh's mouth. The written law is actually Yahweh Shah, because he is that word. And as I said in the book of Psalms, the word and the law coincide with each other. You got it.
Yeah, man, that's right, man. Yeah, they all coincide. You know what I mean? They all coincide. So that's why we're going to go into the law. Because again, a lot of people, when they hear, and when I say people, I mean, Christians and whatnot, people that claim to believe in the Bible, you know what I mean? They hear the word law and they immediately think, thou shalt not eat pork, thou shalt not eat, shrimp, crab, lobster. And we're actually going to touch on that too. That's spirit. But, you know what I mean? They just immediately think of like, thou shalt not commit adultery. Hey, the law is deeper than that. See what I'm saying? The law, hey, as we're going to go into, most I willing in this video, the law preserves the ecosystem. See what I'm saying? The law preserves the land. The law shows you how to treat the land. The law shows you how to preserve trees. See what I'm saying? So the law is not just about thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. It's more so about, look, the overall well-being of the nation as well as the land. Because ultimately, let me get this quick precept, not to jump the gun, but it's just a quick precept to show about the land real quick. This is book of Leviticus chapter 25, verse number 23. It says, the land shall not be sold forever, right? For the land is mine. So the Lord said, the land is mine. This land belonged to me. It don't belong to, it really don't belong to, hey, a brother can say, hey, look, this is my land. You know what I mean? My forefathers has been here for generation to generation. All right, that's cool. At the end of the day, that still belongs to the Most High. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's for the land is mine, for ye were strangers and sojourners with me, and in all the land of your possession ye shall grant a redemption for the land. Why? Because the land belongs to the Most High. So that's why he's going to give you laws to show you how to treat it, because the land really belongs to him. See what I'm saying? But yeah, come, brother God.
Right. Like I said, every hill and cattle upon the hill is mine.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and that's dealing with the whole earth.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, even in the New World, we can see that, is because of the laws is established in the new earth. The earth will soon be healed. Even the fact that we're going to teach the other nations, or the elect, Salaki. The elect are going to teach the other nations, those that made it out of Jacob's trouble. They're going to teach the other nations. And the scripture says this, Revelation chapter 22 and verse 2. In the midst of the tree of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life. And what was the tree of life? The law, which bare 12 manners of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. So we clearly can see, and matter of fact, Salaki, here's another one. 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. So that shows you that even the new world to come, which Christians say the law is done away with. The new world to come is going to be founded on the laws of God, and it's going to heal the whole entire earth because of it. That's cold, man. Yep. So everything's attached to the laws of God, not just man and, and just exclude all creation. Man dealing with Israel, because Israel was the only ones that were given this specific laws. But we see right here that even the nations itself in the new world will be healed based upon the laws of the Most High, man, that the priests of the Lord will teach. All right, so let's get into it real quick. So we just showing how the ecosystem is set up according to the law and how everything runs and how the man of sin has came into the earth, and not just the man of sin, just man in general, but the man of sin is the last go around of man's rulership. So the Most High made sure he put a villain for the last days to really kind of expose why you need the Most High to establish his rulership on the earth and his reign, because that's going to heal the earth, because the earth is sick. All right, you got it, King.
That's right. Con. So you want to go back to Isaiah, you said?
No, let's deal with the ecosystem. All right, let's deal with go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Okay. All right. Now you can use this. This is a double meaning, double fold chapter, of course, because we use this when you describing regeneration. It's a beautiful scripture, but also Salaki. It goes both ways. Regeneration and the ecosystem. Why? Because everything recycles. Even our spirits itself recycles, man. The tree recycles. Yep. Everything on nature itself recycles. Are we part of the nature? The Lord says, hey, when you die, dust you was, dust you shall go back to.
That's right.
Right? So your fleshly body goes back to the dust, which is nature, and it heals the soil. Then your spirit goes back to the Father, and you get recycled again. That's how nature is, right? So let's read Ecclesiastes, that beautiful chapter, man. I'm saying,
right. Gone. Yeah. So let's see here. Right. Let me go. And that's why, and I just want to make a quick point on that too, because that's hella deep. Because as a brother said, man, everything that's natural recycles. You see what I'm saying? Esau, you know how many things are not biodegradable that Esau creates? You know what I mean? You can't just leave it in the soil and it's going to, the soil is going to consume it. Like if you leave a body in the soil, it's going to have, it's going to be it's going to be a decomposer. See what I'm saying? It's biodegradable. Right? It can go back into the earth easily. But if you put plastic, if you put a certain chemicals and stuff, it don't go. It don't go with it doesn't. It basically can't be broken down by the earth. So if it can't be broken down by the earth, hey, you kind of gotta raise the side eye to that. See what I'm saying? Because the Lord, He created that system for things that He approves of. Now, that's not saying that, because for example, if you got glass, that can't really necessarily be biodegradable. But I'm just saying with certain things that Esau has created, like the plastics, the harmful chemicals, hey, he's destroying the earth. See what I'm saying? But
he's stopping the flow. It's like a clog in a pipe. It's like the reason why you call a plumber, because you got a clog in your pipes. Something's clogging the pipe that's causing the flow to cease because of the blockage. So, Esau in these last days, he will be equated as, the clog or something that's blocking the flow of things, the flow
Yeah.
of nature. You know what I'm saying? Because nature itself, nature is nature in it's nature has a natural systematic way to function. The way it do. If you, like I say, if you leave it alone, if you leave everything alone, the earth will heal itself. They know that. They show apocalyptic scenes. 90 days of uninhabited
Yeah.
society. And
Right.
they start showing the weeds growing, they start showing the plants, the trees getting wider, the fruit coming out, and they try to make it look like it's all kind of creepy, but really it's just the earth actually healing itself, because now after it rests, it can blossom the way it want to blossom, instead of somebody always trying to cultivate it into their framework of things.
Yep.
So yeah, let's get into it.
They show you like right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was that like, yeah, as he's moving through the weeds and stuff.
Yep.
This is supposed to be New York,
Right.
but it's overrun by nature, basically. Because again, as the brother just said, you leave it alone and it's gonna basically just fix itself. That's the system.
That's the system. Yeah.
But yeah,
and it start healing itself. They, like I said, they make it look creepy, but really the earth is creeped out of all these buildings. You know what I'm saying? These trucks and skyscrapers and jets and the earth is creeped out, man. The scripture says even the animals, they can't have no rest. They going from one place to the other because of all these damn cities. All right. The earth is not built for cities, 1,000 cities just covering the earth, covering the face of earth. Because under this earth is what? Soil, grass, earth. The things we forget about. Real quick, look up ecosystem.
Definition?
Recycle. Yeah. Ecosystem and recycle. Because you always hear Esau talking about, he like to destroy the earth and claim that he's saving the earth. So, we see that a lot. He got quotes like that, recycle and save the bags. And
so this definition of ecosystem right here, it says a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment.
Yes.
It says in general use, a complex network or interconnected system. See that?
Yeah. So, Salaki, read that one more time, Salaki.
It says in general use, a complex network or interconnected system.
Interconnected system. Now go to Hebrews 1:3 again. Because it says interconnected. So everything's connected together. Right? I wonder who's connecting that. Let's find out.
1 and 3.
Yeah, 1 and 3.
1 and 3. It said Hebrews 1 and 3, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high.
Now we just saying, he says, upholding all things by the word of his power, man. That's the law.
It's mighty.
So,
that's the law.
That's the law. We say interconnected. Everything is interconnected. It's cold, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So this is very important to understand how important the law of the Most High is, especially in the last days. Why did the Lord mention the commandments in the book of Revelations. It wouldn't make sense. The
Yep.
last book says you won't enter into the gates unless you kept the commandments. That's why brothers be pushing the commandments so heavy. We know the commandments don't justify you. We're not saying that. The faith in Yahweh Shah justify you. But your works, your works is very important. You know what I'm saying? Your works is very important. And not only that, it's like we just read, Paul says the law is spiritual. We just talking about the carnal aspects of the law. But what about the spiritual aspects of the law? We about to dig into it. Nobody knew about the laws. Well, those that's outside of truth didn't know that the laws are the nature itself is connected to the laws of the Most High. All right, you never heard an average pastor tell you that, right? But we're gonna show you through the Spirit. So let's go to Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes, where you want to start?
Start at verse 2, verse 3.
Verse number 3. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Right. Generation is dealing with men. And notice he says the earth abides forever. Right? So that shows you the Lord going to heal the earth. He's not going to just take away this earth. Okay, let me build another earth, or let me take them out, rapture them, and put them in another planet. Put them in a planet Rubu or planet X. All these madness. These planets ain't no planets, man. Those are Greek mythology, man. You know what I'm saying? There's only one earth here. And this earth is founded on the laws of the Most High. And this earth going to be restored like it was restored in the book of Genesis, chapter 6 on down. You know what I'm saying? But now it's going to be with fire. But the earth's still going to be here. Keep going.
The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down and hasteth to his place where he arose. Right?
The sun rises and the sun goes down. Like there's things there's things on this earth where the sun goes that it will confound you. We talked about that. We talked about that yesterday. The sun literally goes like over there in Alaska. The sun stays there for 6 months. The sun don't go down for 6 months over there. Matter of fact, go there real quick. Just show you how the sun, it kind of rotates around the earth.
Yeah.
Not as how they teach it though. That's madness.
So basically, this says like the statement that the sun never sets in Alaska is only partially true. It's a phenomenon called the midnight sun that occurs in the summer, especially north of the Arctic Circle, due to the Earth's axial tilt. While some areas can't pronounce that, formerly Barrow, experience over 80 days with no sunset.
No sun, man.
No, well, basically saying no sunset, so the sun don't go down for 80 days.
Oh, okay, so it's
Okay. And then it says other parts of Alaska have extended twilight, and the entire state experiences much shorter days in winter. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, so and then I think it's night as well, 60 6 days or 60 months.
Yeah, I think it might be that might refer to so it says the continuous daylight. So it says this leads to an extended period where the sun may dip toward the horizon but never fully sets. So basically it is almost there, but it's never completely night for an extended period of time.
Right. Okay. But we see the sun's motions and what it does.
Yeah.
it circles around the earth, just like the earth, nature itself recycles, circles around. It dies, and it just keep producing. Right? Keep going.
Where we at? Yeah. Verse number 6. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits.
According to his circuits, that's recycling. All right, the wind goes one way, goes around, comes back, and cycle again. Right? This is what the Lord built, man. How beautiful is Hamashiach Yahushua, man? How beautiful is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, to where he set up a system, man, that runs itself if you leave it alone. Right? That's mighty as heck. Right? I do want to get on, it was that article that talked about kind of like the recycle of some of the things we don't eat. If you can put that out.
Some of the things we don't eat. You said an article?
Yes, an article I sent you. I think it was I think it was yesterday. But yeah, man, we, like I said, we about to really get into this the cycle of this of creation. But like even the Bible says, when Paul says the law is spiritual, we are digging into some of these spiritual things. Like even when he built creation, the mountains came out of the waters, and he told the waters, this is how far as you can go. And the waters do not transgress the most. Because you gotta think about it, there was no land on the earth when the spirit was hovering over the water in Genesis 1 and 2. Or Genesis 1, 2.
Yep.
All right, there wasn't no land. The land ascended out of the waters. And then he tell the waters, this is as far as you can go after the earth came about. So the oldest thing on the earth, the oldest thing would be the actual waters. That's the oldest thing in existence.
Yep.
Because it was here. It says the water was dark without form. Our void.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna look that word up too. So remind me to look that word up, void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to pull it up right here as well. So I don't know if brothers can see that, but I'm gonna just read it. It says, yes, the decline of the natural shrimp population.
No, not that one, but you can read that one too.
Okay, can contribute to poor water quality because shrimp play a crucial role as natural cleanup crews in their ecosystems.
Right.
It says here's how. Detrivorous, Slovakia, and scavengers. Most shrimp species are detritivores, Slovakia, meaning they feed on detritus, which includes decaying organic matter like dead plants and animals and fish waste. By consuming.
Okay. So let's break this down. So according to the Bible, now we're dealing with dietary law and the importance of the dietary law. Why we don't supposed to eat the bottom sea creatures? Because as we always say, the sea creatures are for the sea. If we look at how many seafood restaurants there are, your company will have to consistently go and get these specific creatures in order to keep your business going. All right. So that will cause a decline in certain areas where majority of those sea creatures are the bottom feeders is eating the feces and doing what he's supposed to do according to how the Lord created him. This is why the Lord says, do not eat them. Why do we not supposed to eat them? One of the reasons why is it keeps the water clean. Hey, show that one picture too as well, with the oysters. And then there was another one going. If you go up a little further, you'll see it. I just sent you that.
Mosaic laws concerning nature.
Yes, that's it right there.
Yeah.
So show that picture real quick, and then we're gonna get into the laws.
Right.
This is why. So we basically showing you why the Most High say, don't do this, don't do that, to make it more plain upon tables, so to speak. This is why it causes a ripple effect in not just, our personal lives, but everything around you. Because once you eat that, once you start indulging into some of these abominable foods, hey, even your body has a system within itself. Yep. The blood vessels, the veins, different cells, they all move just like nature itself moves. If you get cut in your skin can heal itself. Even fasting for a few days heals your body. So look at that. Yeah, go read that real quick, Bubba Cashapp. Now look at this. They did a test on. They did a comparison. They said, all right, this is the same water. We're gonna put oysters on one take, and then we're gonna put no oysters on the other, out of the same sea. But go ahead and read that if you can see it.
Yeah, it says, did you know oysters can naturally purify seawater? In two identical tanks, only the one with oysters stays clear, proving their powerful role in keeping oceans clean.
Man, look at that.
Yep.
Everything got a role on this earth, man. Everything got a role on this earth. And we about to keep going into it. This is one of them. So now that's just oysters. Imagine the shrimp. If you had shrimp and oysters in one room, and they clean the place up, man. This is their job. You are distracting from their actual natural job. How many other things they're killing and messing up the job of nature. So this is why the earth looks like the way it looks like, because the clog or the person that's clogging the pipes from flowing in this earth is intentionally doing it because he is the man of sin. Right. So all right, go ahead and bring that other one up.
Yeah, because that doesn't make any sense, because it's like Esau takes these oysters out, he takes the shrimp out, he takes these bottom feeders out, intentionally to sell it to our people, to sell it to the heathen for a high price. And that all that does is just a ripple effect in the ecosystem. Now the water is not filtered. And if you don't have filtered water, right? It's like, for example, take out the oil filter in your car. What's going to happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Take out take off the transmission pan, take out the transmission filter, and see if your transmission is still going to, run the same. See what I'm saying? Everything needs to be filtered. So you basically just taking the filter out the ocean, that's going to affect the ocean. See what I'm saying? It's going to affect the water in some way. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, Khan, yeah, we can go back to that. Let me see here real quick.
Let me bring this out. All right, this is the book of Leviticus chapter 11. And verse Salaki. What I wanted, verse. Let me see. Dealing with the sea animals.
You say you're looking for what?
I'll find it. All right, this is Leviticus chapter 11. And well, let's start at 1 and verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all that are on the earth. Right? Skip down to verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the sea, and in the water, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the sea and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, shall they be an abomination unto you. See that? So ultimately, the Lord, for a purpose, says, look, leave all these sea creatures alone that's not supposed to be eaten, because they're cleaning the earth, or they're cleaning the waters up. Right? We need the water to stay clean. Right? Likewise, the pig does the same thing. If you look up, matter of fact, can you look up real quick? Kind of put like pigs clean the earth.
Pigs clean the earth.
Yeah, I had pulled that up earlier. Yeah, all these things we eating, they supposed to clean the earth up, man, and the waters.
Gone. So this says pigs clean the earth by being used in a regenerative farming practice to clear overgrown land of underbrush, vines, and weeds. They root up vegetation and trample it, making the land easier to clear for other uses, such as pastures.
Making it what?
Making the land easier. It's like making the land easier to clear for other uses, such as pastures and or forests. This method avoids the use of heavy machinery and chemicals, and the pig's rooting also turns soil and creates compost, adding value to the process.
Yeah. Adding value to the process, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is why the Most High says what he says, man. We supposed to listen to the Bible, man. Can't listen to these damn freaks out here, man. They basically tell you, man, everything you're doing is committing a heinous crime against the laws of God. Just on natural, because nature it's in the nature of nature to systematically function under the laws of God. Mm-hmm. In their own way. They don't say, hey, Lord said, hey, I want you to keep the commandments, pig. No, it ain't gonna do that. Yeah, it's gonna do what is created to do. Systematically follow the laws of God in the sense of doing what it's supposed to do. All right, you got it, King.
Man, yeah, man. Like, look, people don't really even begin to understand the system that the Most High created. It goes so deep, man. Anything down to a damn dust mite, right? You can't even see a dust mite.
Choppy, King.
Oh, can brothers hear me? Hold on.
Yeah, you have froze up a little bit. You went sub-zero.
I think you're frozen though, because I got the live right here. You kind of frozen.
I'm frozen right now. Testing.
Nah, you good now. You good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Con. So yeah, Satan always got to make his presence known.
Yeah. He'll like this word come out like that.
Yeah, you don't like the word coming out, man. So Con and yeah. So as I was saying though, right? Because anyone that studies math, for example, anybody that studies math, anyone that studies biology, anyone that studies chemistry, anybody that studies all of these branches of just knowledge, right? You study physics, all of it's all a system, right? It's
Right.
all a system. Hey, math literally is just a tool to understand the universe around us. That's all it is. See what I'm saying? And so, because they always like to say, oh, well, look, you know, hey, you got the Pythagorean theorem. Now look, Esau, he didn't make stuff. Hey, he didn't make nothing. He's just trying to understand the Most High work. The Most High already did it.
Right.
The Most High already put the system in
Right.
place. See what I'm saying? They're just trying to figure out the
Quantum
Most High.
physics and all that.
You said what?
Now I said like they like to talk about quantum physics and try to go just too deep on certain stuff.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, that's basically what it is.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. They're just trying to understand the system that the Most High has already created. You see what I'm saying? Chemistry, right? You put this together, you put that together at a certain temperature, you create this. Hey, the Most High already made that system. He made the periodic table that everybody had to learn in high school. See what I'm saying?
Right.
You got the elements. He created that already. See what I'm saying? Like everything, man. Hey, when you study the human body, that's a wonder within itself. How as the brother mentioned, your body can heal itself. Your body can fight off diseases. You don't even know. It just fighting it off. Like, oh, well, I'm kind of feeling a little tired today. Hey, that's your body fighting off a damn sickness. See what I'm saying? It's working at all times, right? So yeah, man, everything's a system, man. It goes really deep, you know.
And
But yeah,
even your environment, right? If you would like, for instance, there's areas in this world that will make you look 20 years younger just for being in that habitation and eating the food of the habitation. Right? You go to some of these islands, but like even let's say Hawaii before it got colonized, or any area before it got colonized, before there were cities. Like some of these areas look like a small paradise. If you be in there, just the environment alone will heal your body. Just the environment alone. You will naturally, you don't need no pills, no take this, call me in the morning, take these 3 pills. All these pills is keeping you in that needful state where you need to be medically fixed. But you really don't need none of that if you're in the right environment, eating the right stuff, and because a lot of stuff is based off good energy too. Like they say, if you talk to a plant, if you talk to a plant with peaceful words, it'll grow in a proper proper way, and that's mighty. I don't know if you can pull that out. I don't know if they got anything on that. Talking to plants.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can look this up too. Like, I seen videos on the internet, people seeing like TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and they were like, hey, look, if you talk to a tree or a plant, in a positive light, that it would basically come up and it would touch you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And literally, like there's a lot of people out there that say, man, that's a joke. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try it myself, and it actually worked. See what I'm saying? It actually happened, right? And so
because everything is alive. That's why. And when you think about that, things are living. It's like the Most High was the first one to speak. So whatever, if you speak into these specific creatures, even certain animals will respond different. If you talk
Right.
to them, Adam was given to name all the animals. Yahweh spoke the word, and things start to get created. So these natural trees and different things that can respond to somebody speaking is based off the Most High was the first one that spoke.
That's right.
So they're used to the volume of the words, right? So yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Khan, that's right. And so like I just want to make this quick point. Man, when I found this out, man, I was confounded, right? Because look, it says, yes, many indigenous peoples did not have a single word for nature because they did not see themselves as separate from it. You see that? Why in the English you have nature and you got us, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Esau distinguishes himself. He's the one that wants to live in these damn big old cities, man. And there's no nature. It's just buildings.
Yeah, man.
Right? And then you got nature over there. You see what I'm saying?
Where they at?
Yeah, exactly. Gad, when he was living, when in his when he was living over here before Esau came, Gad did not have a word for nature. Because it was like nature. Because Esau was trying to communicate with him, like, hey, look, when you go into nature, and they're like, what? Nature? What is that? I mean, like, the trees and hey, that's just home. We just call that home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and that's how it really should be. Why would we have a separate word from nature? Right? Because it says instead of a separate concept, their languages often describe a profound connection to their environment, viewing it as a home or a living part of their community. Concepts like inness with the land rather than separation from it influence their languages, which are often more verb based and describe actions and relationships within the world. You see what I'm saying? So it says the concept of being a part of a larger whole is central rather than the Western idea of a distinct human made versus natural world. You see what I'm saying? So that's very deep right there because again, when you separate yourself from nature, that's when you're disconnected from it. But that's what we went off at when we disconnected from the Most High's nature. Now that doesn't mean that we worship the nature because Gad was going off in that.
Right.
But we want to understand and acknowledge that the Most High has created nature, has created the earth for our sake, and He did so by the word of His power, as the brother brought out. See what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah,
Now I was just thinking while you was talking, you can speak to a plant and it'll give if you speak positive, you'll see positive results. Even if it don't move, it's growing and being nurtured the way it's supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just want to show if you talk negative, you get a negative reaction too. Just to show that creation is alive, man. And it responds off a command, right? Go to the precept when Yahweh Shai cursed the tree.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Yahweh Shai himself, when his men, the disciples, were afraid in the sea because of the raging waters.
Oh yeah.
What did the Lord do,
right.
man?
That's right.
The Lord said, man, peace be still, man. See that? Peace be still. It's like he was not only talking to the waters, but he was all talking to the scared apostles through the Spirit.
Right. That's right.
He's checking everybody around him. You got it.
Con. It says this Matthew 21 and 18. Now in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it, and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, Let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away.
Withered away, man. The Lord spoke to a tree and it withered away. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It withered away. So, and that just shows you the Lord's word upholds life itself. So if he says, I want this up, it's going to come down. I want this built up, it's going to be built up. The Lord was still building even in his incarnate self, being on the earth. Like I said, also in the waters. He told the waters to peace be still after a raging storm. Right? Everything's controlled by the commandment of the Lord is what we're trying to get at, man. Everything around you. So while people say, oh, we ain't got to keep, there's too many laws. There's too many laws. Well, first of all, not all laws apply to you. Not all laws apply to you, man. There's laws for women. There's laws for men. There's laws on what we're reading right now, nature itself. Let's get the land laws, or the land Sabbath as well. But you got it.
Yeah, we're going to get the land Sabbath as well, Khan. I just want to bring this out real quick. Did not the Lord say to, I'm read this Matthew, it's like in Mark chapter 11, verse 23. For verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, that's nature as well.
It's nature.
That's a creation of the Most High. Yep. Now we understand what it's talking about. It's talking about, you know, essentially a hill that you have to get over in your life. You know what I mean? But on the, you know, on the physical, he's using the mountain as an analogy for that, showing you the power you have, you know, by the words of the Most High, because all of this is funded by the words of the Most High. So, as the brother said, Yahweh shall rebuking the sea, right? And showing that, look, the apostles, you can do this too. You can say to this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea. See what I'm saying? You have also power over that. Why? Because you have the power of the authority of the Most High's words, of the Most High's words and his law. See what I'm saying? But yeah, Con.
Oh, hey man, like I said, this thing go deep, man.
Yep.
It goes real deep through the spirit. Matter of fact, this is the last one. Go to Matthew 4. We see Yahushua speaking the stuff and and it literally happens. Right? Mm-hmm. Why? Because like I said, Yahushua in so many ways he's a representative of the law. That's why he says, I didn't come to destroy the law nor the prophets, but to fulfill. Right? Give the full expression of what he came for and what the law is really talking about. Matthew's chapter 4 and read verse 3. Salaki. You read 2 and 3 actually.
This book of Matthew chapter 4 verse number 2. It says, and when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread.
See that? So Satan tried to command Yahushua to command the stone to turn to bread. Right? And he didn't do it because that would have been, if he would have did it, he would have did it off Satan's command. The Lord only moves under Yahweh's command. Right? So if Yahweh said, hey, turn this rock into to bread, he would have did it. You know what I'm saying? That just shows the obedience of Yahushua with his father versus him not versus somebody else giving him command and he can't even move. He's frozen. You know what I'm saying? Satan try to give a command, it didn't work. Yahweh give a command to Yahweh Shai, he immediately does it. So the connection is with Yahweh Shai and Yahweh the Father is literally like the words coming out of his mouth. So that's mighty in itself. Yeah, God. Just wanted to touch on.
Yeah, God. We can go into land Sabbath.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are all the precepts just to show why Isaiah 24, just to make sense of why it says they have broken the everlasting covenant, the ordinance, and the law. So go ahead.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, Con, I just want to touch on the land Sabbath, if I could, real quick. Let's see here. Con. Leviticus chapter 25, verse number 1, it says, And the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. So not only do we have to keep a Sabbath, the land has to keep a Sabbath, man. See what I'm saying?
Now, is Esau doing that? Is he keeping the land Sabbaths to heal the land? You know what I'm saying? Is he digging the dirt up 24/7? You know, I mean, look at the Congos over there, man. They digging damn mines up 24/7. Out here, they constantly working. They got our people working as well, constantly. You know, slaving for. And then if ice pull up, then they just gotta go. Outside of that, they just gotta keep working. Work on the Sabbath. They work on the Sabbath, and they don't even give the land no rest. It's crazy, man.
Oh man, bro, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly. So basically, and I'm gonna touch on a few points as well on that, but let me keep reading on that. It says, 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for Yahweh. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee, and for thy cattle, and for the beasts that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. See what I'm saying? So that's going into the regular, well, I believe they call it in the modern Hebrew the Shita or something like that. Shemitah, basically meaning, basically the 7th year within the Sabbath's rest, right? Or the land Sabbath's rest, all right? And so essentially the purpose of that is a lot of purposes, actually. It's a lot of purposes. But the main purpose, obviously, is to give the land a rest from all the work that you've been putting on it. Okay, because again, like, and let me read this real quick as well, because yep, that's heavy. So let me read a few points on that, because I'm doing some research on the benefits of the land Sabbath, right? So so the first point, letting the land rest for a year will allow the nutrients in the soil to replenish themselves naturally. It says, through decomposition, enriching the soil with organic matter and restoring fertility. You see what I'm saying? So when you're just working on the land, the same land for 6 years, after a while, it's going to lack the same nutrients it had before. Why? Because you got to get pests up out of there. You got to get vital organisms out of there in order to grow your crops, right? So when you're taking these organisms out, you're also depriving this land of the proper nutrients. So over time, it needs to reset. Again, everything, as brother said, everything recycles and everything needs a reset, man. This earth needs a reset. This world needs a reset. Israel needs a reset, right? Everything needs a reset. See what I'm saying? You gotta sometimes your phone is acting up. You gotta reset it. You know what I'm saying? Your computer. You have to reset that, right? You brothers hear me?
Yeah, gone.
Gone. Yeah. Everything needs a reset, man. So the land also needs a reset too. See what I'm saying? So that's the first point. The second, it prevents erosion. When farmland is overused, it can cause erosion due to wind and rain. This allows natural vegetation to grow. Third, support for biodiversity. It helps wild plants and animals return to the fields. It increases biodiversity, providing habitats for insects, birds, and small mammals that control pests and pollinate crops. You see what I'm saying? So again, it allows the certain organisms, like again, it says insects, birds, and small mammals, to come back to that particular field, and it helps it grow again. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get this precept, and we were talking about it, but let me get it real quick, right? Again, as the brother said, if you let nature alone, it's going to heal itself. So that was the Most High saying, look, you can work on my land, but on the seventh year, you got to give that land a rest. See what I'm saying? Allow it to rejuvenate, allow it to replenish itself, right? Because the Most High said, look, I don't have to do anything. The land's going to do it. You know what I'm saying? The land's already going to do it. You just got to let it do it.
You gotta let it do
it. And if you don't, you're going to get punished. You see what I'm saying? So let me get this quick precept. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 5, and verse number what's it like? I'm in 6. Second Ezra, chapter 5, verse number 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places. See what I'm saying? So the wild beasts are always changing their places, man. Right? And this is more so going into Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose. But this coincides with what we're reading, because why? Ultimately, when all hell breaks loose, we're going to have a land Sabbath across the whole earth.
Man,
right?
man, that's
You see what I'm saying? Because, hey, just like how you see in what's that movie, I Am Legend, and you see the roots coming out and everything, that's how it's going to be. The whole land is going to have finally its rest. And I believe that the scriptures talk about that too. The land is finally going to be at rest, man. And especially in the kingdom, right?
Let me put this out real quick, though.
Yeah, you got it.
Just to add on what you said.
Yeah.
That was cold, boy. The Lord gonna force a land Sabbath, a world land Sabbath.
That's cold. What I'm saying. Yeah.
All right, this is Isaiah dealing with Jake. It's Isaiah chapter 40. And you know, brothers put this out oftentimes. Isaiah 42. Real quick. Yeah, Isaiah 42 and 21. It says, the Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. So, the Lord gonna magnify in these last days, like you saying with Jacob's trouble. And the Lord gonna magnify the law and make it honorable again, man. You know, and so that what he said is this, hey, profoundly powerful, because it's like the Lord. I never caught that. The scripture says that through all scriptures. Hey, in Apocrypha, it says that the earth is gonna, regrow and the the land's gonna be inhabited,
Yep.
but I never connect that with the law. I mean the law of the land Sabbath, man. That's mighty, but you got it.
Yeah, man. Con. Yeah, that's definitely a mighty connection because again, and like I said, bro, it just goes back to what we always say. The law is deeper than just thou shalt not kill. All right. It's deeper than that, man. You know
Way
what I mean?
deep.
Again, yeah, how many Christians really go into the land Sabbath? You know what I mean?
I never heard that, bro.
Never.
I've been in church my whole life. Even though I stopped going, when
Yeah.
I got older, eventually, I eventually came back. But throughout all those periods of time, whether I was forced to go or whether I went myself, I never heard of a land Sabbath. I never heard too much. You don't hear too much about the law.
Yeah.
You hear more condemnation about the law, but you
Right.
never hear nobody actually going into the law like that, man.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a kind of fear mongering you before you even get to the actual scripture of what the law says.
Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. Nah. Con. That's right, man. Um. So I just want to get. Yeah. I just want to get this preset. Isaiah 14:7. The whole earth is at rest. See what
Mm.
I'm saying? And is quiet. They break
That's
forth into singing. You see what I'm saying? So
cold.
the whole earth is going to be at rest and quiet. And again, this not only talking about um, the people, right? Because again, as a brother said, yes, you are going to have the nations to be at peace as well when Esau is taken down. But this is also talking about the actual earth, right? The actual soil, the actual trees, the actual nature itself is going to also be at rest. See what I'm saying? But yeah, Con.
Nah, hey, just to validate what you say, read the next verse.
Yep. It says, verse number 8, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
See, and Isaiah 14 coincides with that prophecy of Isaiah 24. Because actually it's like Isaiah 24, 5 and 6. It's like the kind of like the title, and then it goes into details in Isaiah 14 of him breaking the ordinances, the everlasting covenant, so on and so forth. Because you remember when the Most High flooded the earth, he made a covenant with Noah, which was signifying of the rainbow over the earth, which represented, the earth won't be judged in that same matter. So
Yep.
that was a covenant that was made. So every time you see that rainbow, that's the covenant. So when it says the everlasting covenant he broke, it's dealing with the earth, just like in the times of Noah, it's dealing with the earth.
Yeah, that's right, bro. That's right. Yep.
Let me pull, unless you got something else, I'm gonna pull some of those precepts on the land.
Nah, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so just to land me back on what the argument is going into with the land Sabbath. The land has different rules that you have to abide by, and if you don't, you're transgressing the commandments, right? And this is why he has broken the everlasting covenant. If I put you in power, whether I don't like you or not, you are up there to rule the earth. Even though I know you're not going to do it properly, you're still up there to do that. what you're supposed to do is rule the earth properly. If I made you the landlord, you're supposed to rule the earth properly. If you don't do that, there's penalties. There's penalties of following directions, right? So let's see some of the land laws as well. Let's go to Leviticus. You can read this one. I'll read the one of Genesis. Leviticus 18:28. So when we don't correctly treat nature itself and the earth, if we don't 18:28. Yeah, if we don't do if the landlords don't treat the earth right, the landlords of the earth don't treat the earth right, then there's certain things that will happen. Let's find out. Go ahead.
Yeah, Khan. Leviticus 18:28, that the land spew not you out also, while ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you.
Right. He's talking to our people, the Israelites.
Yep.
Don't defile the land, because the land will spit you out. Now, how does the land spit you out? There's just pukes, and you just fly out the belly of the earth like Jonah did out of the belly of the whale. Nah.
Right.
It starts to deteriorate. Yep. It starts to get sick. And eventually, you get sent out of there by the Most High through heathen nations.
Yep.
That's how the land spits you out. Right? Your plants start going out.
Yep. The
water start getting bad. Right? There's the famines come every so often. The rain, there's a drought. Elijah caused it not to rain for 3 years. Mm-hmm. That was equating to the land spitting you out. Because why? And think about it. Why did what's that in the book of Ruth? Why did what's her name? Ruth, but Naomi and her family, why did they leave out of Jerusalem? Matter of fact, can we go there real quick?
You said, you're talking about in the book of Ruth?
Yeah, Ruth chapter 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, agree that, King.
Yeah, Khan. Ruth 1:1, it says, now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land.
That there was a what?
Famine in the land.
There was a famine in the land of Israel. Go ahead.
And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons.
See that? So they had to move. That's the land spitting you out. That's what it looked like when the land spits you out. And so when you defile the land, there's various ways you can defile it. Idols, you can defile it. Setting up altars of evil, evil things, right? But also, the land will turn like that. That specific type of droughts when there's bloodshed, right? So let's go to Genesis chapter 4 and verse 12.
John. Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. It says, when thou tillest the ground, it should not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Right. Right. So real quick, go to go to verse 11.
Come, verse number 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
See that? So blood defiles the land, man.
That's right.
Blood defiles the land. And when the blood defiles the land, the land don't bring forth its strength. It don't yield its strength. You don't have the same strength that you look at it. Look at the earth today, man.
Yep.
The earth is not yielding its strength. The strength is gone. It's weak. The earth is weak today. It's missing the oysters in the water, the shrimp in the water, to clean the purify. The natural purifiers is out of there. All the pigs that supposed to be running around cleaning the earth. Look how dirty the earth is right now. Right? It's not yielding its strength because everything is out of whack, like the brother just brought out in the book of Second Ezra, chapter 5. Everything's out of whack, man. All right, so can you read that I just sent it to your chat. That little passage I was talking about.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, so this is the stuff we're talking about. So when the scripture says he has broken the ordinances and the everlasting covenant, this is what it's talking about. All right, through the Spirit. Yeah, so like I said, they got land Sabbath. We about to go into some of the laws where you don't cut trees down. Like we just read in Isaiah 14, where the tree is going to rejoice on the spiritual level. It could be talking about people, but also on the spiritual level, talk about actual physical trees. It's going to rejoice. In other words, it's going to be healed from all the abuse that the people that's supposed to be the landlords of the earth is doing.
Yep.
All right, they got stuff like Operation Deforestation, where they just cut trees down. I remember me and my cousin, we went to a national park. We went high up in the mountains. I'm talking, when I say high, I mean super high. And it's quiet up there. And as we driving on the road, going to another high site, man, we seen 1,000 trees. It looked like a massacre, man. It just laid out all on the ground. And we told the park ranger, and he was like, "Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. Like you just murdering trees, you know what I'm saying? Like just genociding trees. And you get mad because we talking about it. Man, it was hot, man.
You wasn't supposed to see that. That's crazy.
Man, that was crazy. That was a park ranger, man. Edomite. Right.
Okay, let me see here.
Now, give or take, he'll probably say I was joking. Yeah, I bet you were. Yeah, so we're gonna show that real quick.
So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna put it in the chat so that we could just highlight it like that. You see here.
Oh, good.
All right, everyone can see it as well. So, yeah, so the Mosaic laws concerning nature include the ceremonial law, which regulated the relationship between humans and the natural world, and moral laws that reflect principles of natural law. Examples include the laws of the Sabbath, which involve rest and a connection to the natural cycle of creation, and rules regarding the purity and proper use of animals, which are detailed in books like Leviticus. Examples of Mosaic laws related to nature: Sabbath laws. The seventh day was a day of rest, mirroring God's rest on the seventh day of creation, Exodus 28-11.
So, like, and another thing I just thought about that law where you supposed to, when you defecate, you supposed to dig that up.
Exactly.
You don't just throw it all throw it just all feces all over the place like we see today. There's feces all over the street and the grass. It's like it's nasty. We had there was sanitary, was it laws where you supposed to make sure you're clean yourself. Why do you think the Pharisee was so strict on the disciples not being clean and washing their hands? You know what I'm saying? It's not. Of course, they was legalistic in that moment, but they was right of make sure your hands is clean. But that shows you that's only to the people that's keeping those actual laws, man. But yeah, they got laws where when you defecate, you got to put it, you got to bury your your mess. You bury that, and guess what? That still recycles because that goes into the soil and it goes back into the earth, man. All right, so yeah, Con, you got it.
Yeah, Con, exactly. Yep. That's exactly it, man. You know, again, man, the law it go deep, bro. It's it's more than what people realize. See what I'm saying? Uh, if you know, again, it talks about, hey, look, you can't, you, hey, look, at some point in time in medieval Europe, okay,
Oh man,
it
nasty.
was it was nasty. You know what I mean? They're living in the house with animals. You got a damn cow in the house. You got a pig in the house. You got the chickens running around in the house. You know what I'm
They used
saying?
to defecate all over the streets, man.
Defecate in the streets, throw it out the window. You know, this can't live like that. You know, and the Bible already said it in ancient times. Okay, ancient times, way before the medieval era, to
Right.
to have the defecation and whatever your business that goeth out of you, to have it outside of the camp. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Exactly. Just back before you had, you know, regular toilets like we have, you had the outhouse. See what I'm saying? So you go in the outhouse, kind of like how you have the porta potties now, but you know, yeah, it's basically a porta
Yeah.
potty. You know what I
Right.
mean? But yeah, they have the outhouse, so you have to go out in the outhouse. That's not that's not where you sleep at. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Where you eat at,
Right.
the kitchen. You know what I mean? It's outside, right? So yeah, con. So you know, is again, man, the law goes deep. But con, you want me to keep reading this?
Yeah.
Con. It says the land was also to have a Sabbath uh year every 7 years, with the land left fallow, and a jubilee year every 50 years. Con. Right? It says dietary laws. Laws on clean and unclean animals were given to it to differentiate between what was holy and what was not, and
Right.
to regulate Israel's relationship with the animal kingdom, Leviticus 11.
That's mighty,
Right?
man.
God. Right? Um, Agricultural laws included regulations for the harvest, such as not gathering the gleans from the fields, which were to be left for the poor and for the stranger, Leviticus 19, 9 through 10.
Yeah. So
Laws,
break it down a little bit.
yeah, basically, so agricultural laws, meaning that uh, regulation for the harvest. So it says not gathering the gleans from fields, which were to be left from the poor. So when you go into the glean of the field, it's going into the outskirts, right? So watch this. So like, even if you look that up, the gleans of the fields, right? So I don't know. Is it showing it? Okay, no, it's not showing. Right. No, that's not it. Hold on. Let me just share the screen. Right, the gleans of the fields. So it says the gleaning of the fields refers to the historical and biblical practice of collecting leftover crops from the harvested field. This was a form of charity for the poor, widows, and foreigners, and it is famously depicted in the biblical story Ruth. Today, the term also describes the modern movement where volunteers, okay, we're not looking for that, right? It says ancient Israelite law commanded landowners to leave the edges of their fields. So, like as I said, the gleans of the fields, the edges of the fields. Okay. And you leave it for who? You leave it for the poor and for the stranger. That stranger is not just look, you know.
Right.
I can already hear the vocabularies, right? Is that stranger? Right? Who is the stranger?
Yeah.
Well,
It
if
was
he's
crazy.
stranger, if he's circumcised, right? No, right? Look, let's not get bugged out. The
Right.
stranger is talking about the Israelite stranger, and this with poor and the widow is talking about of our own nation. All right, but nevertheless, it's food for them.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So even on an agricultural level, in it's a societal structure. That's like kind of like your taxes. Like again, all this stuff that we have in America is kind of it stemmed from the Bible, right? So
Yeah.
like for example, you have what's called snaps or cow fresh, cow um the food stamps.
EBT.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. So basically, the food stamps is taxpayers' money. So everyone, basically the taxes are tool for everybody within that particular jurisdiction, and that money is allocated to the government, and and the government allocated to whoever it needs that money for the food. See what I'm saying? So it's basically the same thing as this law, but just in modern form. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? That's like you paying your taxes and making sure that the poor and the widow and the stranger within the nation of Israel can also eat because they deserve to eat. Just because they don't have any money does not mean that they don't deserve to eat. In Esau's world, if you don't have no money, you can't eat. See what
Yep.
I'm saying? You got to buy. You want an apple? That cost.
That
See what I'm
calls.
saying? You want to
You making us pay for grapes?
right? Exactly. Making us pay for grapes and everything. Hey, look, man, ancient Israel. I mean, you may not have been as full as you wanted it. Hey, but look, the food was there because everybody had to leave some food. See what I'm saying? But
And
yeah,
Salaki. And he
yep.
don't leave nothing behind. We about to read that right real quick.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
Khan. That's yeah.
Obadiah
Obadiah.
chapter 1 and verse 5. If
Right.
thieves came to you, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Right. So the thief, the
Yep.
actual thief, he has more integrity than another person. Let's find out. It says, uh, they not have stolen till they had enough. So once a thief had enough, hey, he had enough, he good, right? But it says, if the grape gatherers came to thee, would thou, it says, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? Right. So, in other words, he's saying the thief has more integrity than the so-called white man, because the white man, he don't never have enough. After he's done, he's going to come back and get all that he left behind. For
Yeah.
instance, when Christopher Columbus got caught up and he was sent back to Europe, he came back with more armies, came back with more troops, right? To do what? Rob, steal, and kill. After he already came to Europe with a whole bunch of stuff that took from America. But guess what? He came back and took it all and stayed here with all his gangs, hooligan, thugs,
Right.
hoodster, the first gangsters. Right, so that's the difference.
Crazy.
So that corresponds with Isaiah 24 and 5, man. You know, he
Right.
never have enough. So, God, you got.
Yeah. Never can have enough, man. Like it says in Habakkuk. What is that? The second chapter, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? That he can never have enough. His appetite can be filled, man. See what I'm saying? But yeah, that's crazy because even with Jake in the world, you would have Jake in the world that would have some sense of, not all, but they would have some sense of like, all right, that's all right, that's too far, right? Like for example, you would have some Jakes like they would be in their wickedness, but they wouldn't do it in certain places, right? Like for
Right.
example, like hey, you have a brother like, it's like, man, what you finna light up in front of a church, bro? Not like hell, not like, hey, look, you
Right,
gotta you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
Nah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
I ain't gonna front. I used to do that myself.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, right. But
get some honor
it's still that sense of like, all right, look, you know, this is a
on
holy
reverence.
place. We're gonna
Yeah,
respect that. You know what I mean? So it's I feel like that's that thief right there. He knows the law, right? He
yeah,
knows
right.
that, all right, look, like, you know, ain't gonna, I ain't gonna steal everything. Like, I leave some for the owner, for the stranger, whoever
Right.
else needed. I already have my food. But Esau, he doesn't care about the law, doesn't care about the stranger, the poor, the widow. He doesn't care about the owner he's stealing it from. He doesn't care about any of that. See what I'm saying?
And this is the same person that's on the pulpit every Sunday telling you, uh, God's grace and the law is done away with. Would I trust somebody? Let's say even he wasn't Esau. Let's say he was just another. Let's say he was a Japhite, right?
Yeah.
And we are totally off. White man's not Esau, right? Well, just the fact that he don't preach the law and he do everything that opposes the law should question his position on his earth and who he is according to the Bible. All right, for all the naysayers that say Esau is not the white man,
Right.
the damn
Right.
Ishmaelites do more righteousness according to the law than Esau. These two people that actually has somewhat of the Bible, the Torah, give or take.
Yep.
And you see, if you go to the Middle East, you got sisters, you got the women, they dress according to their attire, according to the law. They not, look, you can't find pork in these areas at all. Even they gummy bears is not it's not pork in it, man. It's beef. You know what I'm saying? So on a carnal level, Ishmael is more righteous than Esau's kingdom.
Yeah.
Just off that alone, of course, they got wickedness all over there in Ishmael land because they keep the the Quran, and the Quran's evil, but nevertheless, there's certain parts that they keep according to the Torah, and those little parts that they keep according to the Torah make them look way more righteous than the kingdom of Esau. Because the kingdom of Esau said, no, we are under grace, and that's it. No laws. Y'all can just keep our laws though. Yeah, so
Right.
it's madness, man. It go deep.
Goes deep, man. I'm telling you. That's right.
So you can finish all that, and then we'll kind of wind down.
God. Yeah. So it says, laws against superstition. The laws prohibit certain
I
practices
think you
such
got
as
to go up a little bit. Talk about the animals, or like the wolves and certain like
wolves.
it's like wolves. They eat. I don't know if that's the same. Let me see.
I don't think that's the one because I don't see anything about wolves.
Okay.
Well, while you finding that, I'm gonna just finish this out then. It says the laws prohibited certain practices such as consulting mediums or spirits and engaging in fortune telling, which were viewed as an attempt to manipulate natural or supernatural forces instead of submitting to the Most High's plan. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10 through 12. Laws on respect for the land. A land stated that when besieging a city, the Israelites were not to destroy the fruit trees unless they were necessary for the siege. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse number 19 through 20. Right, exactly, yeah. So you that's an exact law. Like when you're besieging a city, and the trees that were around that city, if it had fruit on it and it didn't impede directly into the sieging of the city, you can't cut those down because you could use that, you could eat the fruit of those trees and provide food for your soldiers, right? For your fellow brothers. Now if it's a tree that doesn't have fruit, cut it down. See what I'm saying? Cut it down, it's in the way, right? And that's actually a parable, well, not a parable, but that's an analogy for us. All right. If we don't have fruit, we're going to be cut down. All right. And those of us that do have fruit, we're going to be used for the Most High's purpose. That's essentially what the breakdown is. You know what I'm saying? And that's all throughout the Bible, right? Matthew chapter 3, right? The axe is laid to the tree. Matthew's chapter 7, whereby their fruits you shall know them. Luke chapter 13, verse number 6 on down, where it talks about the parable of, these 3 years I try to find fruit on this tree and I don't find it, right? So you have all of these analogies, you have all of these parables that directly link up to us bearing fruit, and that fruit is our works, right? The good works that we should bring forth in this truth. All right. And that's essentially what that law is. That law, again, has a physical meaning to it, but it also has a spiritual. It's double to that which is. Khan, yeah, you got that.
Yeah, so Khan, the one I send you, that's the one I was talking about right there.
All right. So
you ain't gotta read all of it, just kind of read half of it at the beginning on down to the middle.
Okay, Khan, praises.
I just want to sort of recycle off everything matters on the earth and everything got is a specific position. Go ahead.
Khan. All right, it says Khan, Shalom. Kal brother Kal through the spirit. Right. According to so this is from an article. Well, you want me to start at according to biblical law? Khan. Yeah. According to biblical law, the natural use of unclean animals was to serve ecological roles like cleaning the environment or controlling prey populations, rather than being consumed as food by humans. Examples include scavengers like vultures that clean up dead animals, carnivores like wolves that control other animal.
Now hold on. It says the vultures are on the earth to clear up the roads and clear up areas that have dead animals. Now under the law, we can't touch no dead carcasses.
That's right.
The birds do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We can't touch no dead stuff. So it's like those birds are cleaning up the roads for us. If everything was properly in its cycle, Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Khan. It reads. Did I read that? Yeah, Khan. It says like that clean up dead animals, carnivores like wolves that control other animal populations, and animals like pigs that act as natural scavengers in their habitats. The law prohibited their consumption, deeming them unclean, to prevent the transmission of diseases and to teach symbolic separation and holiness for the Israelites. Ecological roles. Scavengers, animals like vultures, buzzards, and certain insects were designed as unclean but served as a vital role in cleaning up the environment by eating carcasses that could otherwise spread disease. Population control. Carnivorous animals like wolves were deemed unclean and played a natural part in controlling the populations of other animals like deer, and even helped maintain the health of herds by killing the sick or old.
By killing the sick or old. See that? We stop right there. So we just seeing the cycle of life. And everything is still for our benefit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no sick deer just running around because he's gonna spread the virus. Look at the deers today.
Yep.
Show them the deers. Look at the deers today.
From the deer.
because of everything out of whack under the laws of God. Everything that was created and founded under the laws of the Most High, because he has broken the everlasting covenant, the ordinance, and the law. Look at the world today. The wolf can't even do what he's supposed to do. And because of that, the sick deers, when they supposed to do population control, the wolf supposed to do population control. It says for the sick deers and for the wounded, he kills to keep the population on the scale balance. Nothing is balanced today, man. It's a false balance today in this earth.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, show that, man. Look at this crazy stuff, man. These deers got tumors all over their bodies. And they're growing too. There's many of them. Look how many are. Now, if everything was naturally in his pure form, the wolf, lions, hey, they'll eat these animals and keep the cycle going, man. But this is what we're talking about. He's clogged up the cycle to where things can't flow the way it's supposed to flow. That's the problem right there, man.
That's what it is, man.
That's what the Bible says. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follows. All right, so we're gonna wind down through the spirit. Can you go back to that Isaiah 24, and then go to Isaiah 14? Close up right there.
Isaiah 24. God, Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
And broken the everlasting covenant. Go ahead.
That's right. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
And few men left, man.
Few men left.
You know, you got Bill Gates talking about there's too many people on the earth. You know, this is what we're dealing with, man. So the people that's ruling the earth, the elites, they're destroying everything that was founded upon the laws of the Most High. All right, and we just proved that through the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. And we can start where you left off at.
God, this book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse number 1. Oh, it's like it. Isaiah 14. Where you want to start?
Where you left off at? Where is that?
8 or 9?
Yeah,
8.
Well, go to 7. I like that land 7. That was mighty as hell.
God, all praises. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse number 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Right,
they is the people. Yep. So that's the land 7 as the brother brought that out. Go
ahead. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Right, the fair tree. I don't know if fair tree is a fruit. That's not a fruit tree, huh?
Fir trees. That's a good question. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we see that the Lord is allowing nature to grow itself. Oh yeah, that was the fair trees. Yeah, no, those are the ones like with pine cones and things of that nature.
Yeah, Christmas. No,
the folly tree.
Look like Christmas tree. Right.
So go ahead.
But yeah, come on. Yep, it said hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right? Hey, hell is destruction, man. Hell is waiting for the so-called white man to be on the grave, man. The grave is waiting for the man of sin.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
It stirred up the dead for thee.
Instead of the dead for thee, man. All right, so the graves is stirred up, man. The nations, these heathen nations, they're stirred up to nuke this place out. Matter of fact, it's just been reported that Russia sent his warships over in Venezuela. So I mean, Hitler's getting closer and closer, man. Just look that up. But we're gonna keep reading.
Yeah. It says, it stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up their thrones, all the kings of the nations.
Right. And so go to verse 11.
Verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave in the noise of thy viols. The worm.
That's the music industry is going to cease to exist, man. Look, one of the greatest blessings in these last days is to hear that the rap industry is finally completely dead, man.
That's right.
We ain't talking about, I'm talking about in no operation whatsoever.
That's right.
All right. So, and we see that. I mean, you know, you got a lot of these industries, some of the actors and some of the, different people that work in these industries, and they outside striking because they ain't getting paid. So all praises. Yeah, keep going.
Come, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Mm-hmm.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down?
And that's not Lucifer that fought the Most High in the heavens. That's Lucifer, like it's literally saying it, son of the morning. Right? Hey, Yahushua will be considered the same thing, but that's on the right-hand side rather than the left. This is Lucifer. This is the son of the morning on the left-hand side. That's why they got things that's organizations like the Illuminati. Illuminate.
Yep.
They got their own light. And if that light, which is darkness, how great is that light? You know what I'm saying? So they got their own light, but the light of the Lord, supersedes that because it produced life rather than death. Go ahead. It
says, O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Right, he weakened the nation with his wicked philosophies. His light weakened the nations because his wicked philosophies has destroyed the mindset of people. Do as thy will, like Alistair Crawfish. Go ahead.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Now we know, Babylon had our people in captivity, and that was considered the north from Israel. So, likewise, the same way and same captivity that our forefathers is what we're in today. But I like this. It says, "For thou said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven." And on a physical level, they claim that they went into the heavens in the 60s, 1960s on up. Right? Just pinpointing these specific people. In the 1960s, they claim, not saying they did. Put it out real quick, man. Let's just show that real quick, okay?
1969.
Yeah, I went to the moon.
Apollo 11. Yeah. So Apollo
Yep.
11.
Apollo 11, see? Apollo, what is it, Apollo?
Apollo 11.
Now, why is it called Apollo, man? Why you got to get a biblical name that represents the left-hand side? Then you gonna say after that you gonna say the eagle has landed.
Yeah.
Like I said, these men is wild, man. They literally keep. This is why the Lord says, "Oh Lucifer, son of the morning," right? He knows he's the wicked man. So just in looking at these precepts, it's just identifying who these people are, man. Who is he talking about? For thou hast said in thy heart. Now we don't believe that they went up in space. And what's so mighty in the scriptures, it says, you said this in your imagination. It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. But you never really did. All right.
That's right.
You never really did at all. You just put that on TV and Hollywood, the whole scene. All right. So another one will be 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. Right. And we can equate that to when they start inventing airplanes through the White brothers.
Yeah, the Wright brothers.
Yeah, pull them out real quick.
Yeah,
he says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. All right, who's the first people that created the airplanes, man? That's the heights of the clouds.
Wright brothers.
Yeah, look at these devils. They was the first one that created the so-called plane. And then after that, it's just been evolving all the way to now, fire jets, so on and so forth. Those are White brothers. So the scripture says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, man. They want to be God. He's just pointing at who's the people in these last days that's going to do all of this, man. All right, so yeah, we can stop. Last verse, you can read 16, and then we'll close it out.
Yeah, verse 16. They that see thee narrowly shall look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man?
Is this the man, a race of men?
That's right. That made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms. Right.
Who shook kingdoms, man? Who really shook kingdoms? We talking about physically shake. Go to Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, that's yeah.
We talking about physical shaking, not just on a spiritual level. Who really shook the earth, man?
Oppenheimer,
the devil. I think it was a small head too.
Yeah.
No, he could have been German.
He could, yeah.
A teammate.
Well, actually, that does sound like an Amalekite name, though.
That's what I'm saying, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But it could be German too, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, look at this, man.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that, man. Look at this. This is the earth being shook. He says, what? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Man, this is old veteran I seen on Instagram. He said he was the one that dropped one of the bombs down to on those people. And in his old age, he older than dirt now. He said, if you give me a plane, I'll do it again. The devil had no regret after all this stuff all the information out on the internet, everything out about what really happened. That devil said, if you put me in a plane again, I'll do it again, man.
That's crazy.
with no remorse. All right. So that's who Lucifer, the son of the morning, is on the left hand side. All right.
That's right.
So yeah, Con, I'll yield with that.
Con. Hey,
All
Con,
praise.
all praise to the Most High, man. So, with that, brother's going to close up through the Spirit. Right, Con, Shalom, bow in the building through the Spirit. Shabbat, Shalom. Con, Shabbat, Shalom through the Spirit. Brothers, I think Kaya say he kind of logging off through the Spirit. But yeah, Con, all praise to the Most High.
Yeah, brothers endure. All praises. Yeah, brothers in here enduring in this thing. All praises to the Most High.
The Spirit, man. All praises, man. So with that, we're gonna close up, man. We got a little trip to go to camp in the morning anyway. So brothers are going to go to Long Beach tomorrow, most I willing.
Yeah,
all right. So Long Beach, brothers want to come through. Hit our Gmail or the Instagram, to get the specific location. But based off the videos, people really should know where we at, honestly. But hey, yeah, we're gonna be in Long Beach, most I willing. So all praise to the Most High. You got anything else on that?
Yeah, nah, man. Yeah, just basically just understanding the law more, man. I feel like we in these last days we should look at the spiritual side of the law. The spiritual side of the law. In these last days, man, and that's kind of what we was getting into. The spiritual aspect of the law and how mighty it is and how connected everything really is through the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua. So with that, Shalom, Shalom.
That's right, man. Cons, with that, all praises. Water for tuning in. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shabbat Shalom to the 12. Kwam Yashala. Con. Shalom.